that one's for you, Rita, isn't it?
Look, you can, in NWA we've got 27 community leading centres.
I think there's 26,
yeah,
27.
I think so. And so not every one of those community law centres specialise in disability services. There are only a handful of community law centres that do this kind of work. And at Gutter Street, our department are the only disability discrimination provider in the whole of WA. Isn't that shocking? Yeah, so it's really...
It is. It is. And what we're finding with the cases is that the disability discrimination law, and you probably found this as well, Rita, that it's not straightforward by any means. And the way the legislation sits at the moment that we're really advocating to get changed is that, sadly, it's a person with a disability that actually has to demonstrate that it's because of their disability that they're being discriminated. One, when you have a person that can't read or write, and they're the ones that may have a mental health condition, that they haven't kept meticulous notes on what's happened in the past. Oh my goodness, I just feel for that person. And we're pretty good fighters between Rita, Golda and I, and we fight just about to the death. Particularly the federal court, where it's a cost jurisdiction, and there you have a person with a disability who may be on a disability pension, or they have the NDS funding, and then you're into a cost jurisdiction where you're trying to resolve your case. It's not easy. The law is not easy for a person with disability.
No, it's not.
It's unique, this area of law. That's the only way I can describe it. Unique and harsh.
And unfortunately, the legislation that we're talking about, it's not robust enough. But having said that, under the recommendations of the Disability Royal Commission, they are looking to reform that and make it more robust, aren't they?
Yeah. And just have to be careful what I say about political, but I just feel that we have the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. That was the fastest convention actually signed up to and created. And I just feel it's ignored within our domestic laws in Australia. It's not taken seriously, even though we've been a signatory since 2008.
I think, there's a lot of people in Australia with disabilities. But we're just overwhelmed with work, aren't we?
Yes.
And so few practitioners out there who actually do this kind of work.
Yes, definitely. I think because it's like a one-stop shop of information for their children as well. Yeah, and not just for parents, but for everybody who works with people with disabilities, be it a carer, a support person, a friend, a neighbor. As long as this information is out there, it's open for people to tap into and then help people with disabilities access the resources that they need. So with education, I think advocacy is the big one, because often you have parents who don't really know, what their rights are. And even when they do, it's difficult for them to approach the education, sector with and request for the supports that they need. So when they get advocacy, you only, we tend to advise that you get legal help when they are at the point where they've tried everything and nothing is working. So our recommendation is always to start with advocacy, get advocacy support, to go into the schools, to support you, to speak to the teachers, the principals, the education department. And then if that doesn't work, then we can come in and support you to take the next step.
So I'm thinking of a lived experience. So I have a grandson who is autistic, and he's living with me at the moment. And so I'm thinking about the platform that is being developed. So I can't just get out there and get in a car and drive. Well, I mean, it would be a miracle, wouldn't it? But, I can't just walk out, even with Joe, and go and get public transport to go to, say, a lawyer's office to say, I need support with my grandson's education. And this in actual fact happened to me. And I had to go through that journey with my grandson because I was his main carer. And so, it wasn't just a matter of me just going out. I had to arrange support, a support person to drive me to the Department of Education. I had to go and visit different schools to see what they were like and whether they were suitable for my grandson. And it was hard work. It took about, and then I had to think about, well, even though I am a lawyer and I know the law, but it becomes very personal when it's a member of your family. But thinking about the platform that is being developed, Disability Legal Connect, I could have just gone into my home office, got on that computer, gone into that Disability Legal Connect, gone into the referral tool, and did all what I needed to do, and would have done all this within my home without having to worry about getting support to get me out there to go and access the services. So I feel really passionate about this. That is fantastic.